off-camera interviewer, but tell me about what you guys have been doing recently. I know you guys have been off for about a year. So a year later now, what are you guys up to? I mean, are you recording? Do you have an album coming out? What's going on?
We have a lot of shows.
A lot of shows. We're doing a Zero Boys tribute for. When is that? Do we even know when that's about to come out?
This Thursday we're going to record that.
All right, yeah. We're recording a Zero Boys song for a tribute album.
Okay.
And then everything we've got
in the summer sometime, I think.
And then we'll be re-recording and recording like a bunch of shit.
Just all the songs and see what we like for the album and pick them out of those.
Nice.
We need to write new songs.
Yeah.
Is that on the agenda?
Yeah, but I don't think that any of the songs that we're doing have been released on an album, so it's like, I think Jason and I were talking earlier, it's like our goal is to have an album out this year, so I don't know about the other two guys, but that's Jason and I's goal.
So how long have you guys been a band?
How long?
Since the end of 2006.
2006?
Yeah.
You guys sound really, really tight. What other bands have you been in before Order? I know you're in another band.
Yeah.
You're in another band. Are you guys? This is your own
Well,
project?
we have our own project. I was in a band with Craig previously, and before that I was in a band with Sam like about 10 years ago. So these are the people that I like to work with.
Nice.
So.
All right.
I'm Drew's drummer.
I will never have another drummer besides Craig.
Craig's awesome. What are your musical influences? Starting with Craig here, just rattle off some bands.
Oh geez. Discharge, Danzig of course. Any kind of DB, crust, hardcore, Code 13, DS13, Amoebics, Hell Bastard, Hellspawn, Dysphere, Disrupt, Doom. Yeah.
Drew, what about you?
I'm mainly influenced by the death rock crowd. I mean, I've done horror punk and death rock for my entire career, and I just wanted to switch it up with these guys a little bit. So we just like went through our influences together. It was like every band that came up with in common was Danzig, Black Sabbath, Melvins. So we wanted to kind of do that kind of thing with Order the Black Hand, and then we started with that, and I think it's grown into its own entity. So I'm pretty happy with that. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Jason, what about you?
I'll kind of run the gamut. You asked the previous bands and things we've been in, I could have been here rattling shit off all day. Every genre to me has word. You know, with your phases. Like when I was a tiny kid, Star Wars and Kiss was my thing. Learning how to draw from the cards. And I got a full-size record on my little suitcase turntable and thought, well, okay, I'm going to do that. That sounds cool. So I guess it's their fault. And then just rock and roll, anything loud and heavy.
We ruined
teenage
it.
years.
Yeah.
And then, late teens, 20s, start listening to older music. You can spend your whole life, finding new music.
He was always in cock rock bands before we had.
There was a couple cock rock bands in my late teens.
But that's what you were known for.
The makeup on and frontman guy, bleach blonde. But at the same time, I was doing experimental bands.
Any electronica in there?
Actually, yeah.
I like to listen to it when I'm at work.
Drew and I have I don't know if we can call it electronica. There's drum machines involved. So Doomsday Shroud, we've been sitting on an album that's been recorded for a year or two now.
Oh, yeah?
We're going to release it and maybe try to pawn it off at these Order the Black Hand shows as well with our merch.
Right on. Sam, what do you got?
Black Flag.
Strictly, nothing else.
Just Black Flag.
That's a given.
Obviously,
I like a lot of
Ball
shit.
State back in the early, I guess it was about the mid-90s, I guess. He wasn't playing, but it was just a spoken word thing. I have a lot of respect for that guy, definitely.
Oh, definitely.
I like a lot of stuff in that genre of punk and hardcore, Black Flag, Circle Jerks, and like other weirder shit like the Melvins. And,
That's not weird.
yeah, it is something.
Obviously, it was a big influence on Sam and the rest of us as well. I mean, we were all familiar with the Melvins. I mean, Sam wears the Melvin shirts at shows and shit. So
So, how do you think that your sound has changed since you guys have been a band? I mean,
our sound changed dramatically when we got Jason on. So I think that was the big turning point. We had another bass player before Jason, and Jason was our recording engineer.
Yeah, Shag Studio.
So
I think think I put a guitar solo on a Sabbath cover they did to warm up and give it a sound check, and then okay, he can play. Let's call him.
Yeah. We were talking about getting rid of the other guy, and I was like, I will only do it if Jason comes into the mix. So yeah.
Nice. Okay. You know, where do you see yourself in 5 years? You know, it's a typical interview question, but I mean, really, maybe where do you see yourself in 2 years? Maybe that's a better. I mean, do you plan on staying in Indianapolis? Is there?
I'd like to tour.
Yeah, I'd like to tour. I would like to finish an album, a full-length album. Hopefully in 2 years we can do that. That's our goal for the summer, I think. Yeah, 2 months. Yeah, whatever he said. But, you know, I think we're always going to be an Indianapolis band. I have no plans on leaving Indianapolis. All my friends are here.
Yeah, we all live here and have friends and family and jobs.
I mean, these are my friends. I mean, basically the only ones I have.
It is a good home base. If you're touring, you're in the middle of the country. You can go that way and that way. And
we're too old to move to LA and make it.
Yeah, I know the feeling. So I do have one more question. What do you call yourself? What style of music is it? I see so many different things in there.
We've never really had a description for it, but at one of our shows a while back when we just came back, this guy called us Doom Punk, and I like that.
Yeah,
Doom
I mean,
punk, all right.
We all had a punk rock background except for Jason, obviously.
A little bit now.
Well, a little bit, but he was more of a glam rock background.
Skater.
Yeah, I know.
It's a weird
But
thing.
it's like we got together and we were like, what do we want to do with Order the Black Hand? And when we were running down our list of everything that everyone liked, it was all like the early doom metal. And I think that's where we started. And I think that our punk rock influences have come through. That, I mean, we really started trying to be a doom metal band, but like everything that everyone brings to the band is like,
With all the influences that you guys have, I can definitely see where doom punk is definitely in there. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it fits.
you guys have that tightness.
I never
that a
had heard
punk
it
band
before.
has, but
It's just like
You know,
I'm
it
just
didn't
glad
really.
that you guys are doing something that's different than I think a lot of other bands. Instead of trying to be another band, like, oh, we're going to be Black Flag. It's already been done. You know, you guys are doing, I think, something that's unique, and that's what I really like about
Yeah,
Black
everyone
Flag.
brings their own.
I think
thing
you
to
can
it.
see the doom influence in us, and you can also like
See
see
the
the Black
punk
Flag in
influence.
it, you know, here and there.
And it's
Lately
like-
ripping it off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think it's a
a
good mix
it's
that
a
we're
soup,
doing.
not a salad.
Yeah.
It's all the flavors kind of blend together.
I
yeah.
like that.